Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. The South Dakota legislature will not hold a special session on abortion after all. Governor Kristi Noem, along with several state lawmakers and anti-abortion advocates, issued a statement Friday saying South Dakota is the most pro-life state in the country and that laws already in place are saving lives. Now, Friday's announcement comes after Noem called for the special session shortly after the U.S. Supreme Court ruling overturning Roe v. Wade became public last month. KELOLAND News spoke with state lawmakers from both parties on Thursday who said a special session was unnecessary due to the cost to taxpayers and a lack of urgency on abortion issues that can be addressed during their regular session in January. We'll have reaction to the decision not to hold a special session tonight on KELOLAND Weekend News. We're learning new information about the two men charged in connection with Thursday's high-speed pursuit that crossed 3 counties in South Dakota and involved gunfire. Authorities say 40-year-old James Lanfer was the driver and 45-year-old Bonner Jewell was a passenger. According to court documents, law enforcement was alerted that Lanfer could be transporting meth from Minnesota into South Dakota. The Highway Patrol tried to stop the car, and that's when the pursuit began. Court papers say Lanfer fired at law enforcement multiple times before he was eventually arrested in Madison. Jewell was also arrested. Both are charged with aggravated assault on law enforcement. This is not Lanfer's first high-profile crime. He's on parole for an assault on a Minnehaha County Sheriff's deputy. In August of 2018, Lanfer drove a stolen car into a garage outside of a Hartford apartment building. A deputy pulled up behind him, and Lanfer started ramming his car back and forth, crashing into the deputy's car and eventually crashing through the back of the garage. The car then started on fire, and it quickly spread. In that case, Lanfer was sentenced to 20 years with 14 years suspended as long as he stayed out of trouble. The DOC website says he was released in October and is still on parole. Shootings involving Sioux Falls police are becoming more common. There have been 3 officer-involved shootings in the last month and 6 since last November. Police Chief John Toom says there are more guns in the city and more people willing to use them. Toom also says the community needs to be more vested in addressing gun violence as a whole.
We need to look at some as a society, some of the issues that are getting us to this point, and really take a look at that and look at inroads. And in many ways, I think it comes back to how we invest in our community as a whole, how we invest in mentorship, how we look at how we work with people who maybe need support after they get out of jail or after they get out of prison.
Toom says the conversation about gun violence also needs to extend to young people. 6 people have died in a weather-related pileup on Interstate 90 in Montana. 21 vehicles were involved in the crash last night west of Hardin. The Highway Patrol says it appears heavy winds caused by a dust storm created zero visibility at the time. Additional ambulance had to be called in from Billings to help at the scene. There's no word yet on the number of injuries. Let's take a first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Scott Munt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Perry. Following a couple of showers, isolated thunder showers in central and south-central South Dakota for this morning. They will continue to travel to the east, and temperatures today will hit the 80s for highs in eastern KELOLAND, 90s in central and western South Dakota. We'll carry the chance to get wet at about 20 to 30%, and many locations will come in at less than 1/10 of an inch. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Well, starting today, the Helpline Center now has 2 numbers you can call, 211 and 988. 211 will still be used for those who need community resources. 988 is the new number to call for suicide crisis situations, mental health and substance abuse. Those answering the 988 calls are trained counselors specializing in mental health and wellness. The goal is to provide a more accessible number for those in distress to call.
As 988 becomes more recognizable, people will kind of instantly understand that, hey, if I have a mental health or substance use concern, I'm going to call 988.
988 is also available over text or online chat for 24 hours a day. Paws Pet Resort in Sioux Falls is hosting a dock diving event featuring pooches taking the plunge. The first jump is at 8:45 at the diving pool in the resort's parking lot on South Cliff Avenue. There will also be food trucks, vendors, raffles, and games. Admission is free. The Sioux Foo Moto Fest at J&L Harley-Davidson includes a car show starting at noon, plus a free concert featuring Minority Falls at 1 o'clock. A UTV ATV show takes place at Big Sioux Power Sports starting at noon. There will be an after party at Blue Rock Bar and Grill starting at 6 p.m. The Sioux Foo Moto Fest is a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish South Dakota. Learn the basics of archery during Super Summer Saturday at the outdoor campus in Sioux Falls. There's no registration. The sessions go from 10 a.m. to noon and 1 to 3 p.m. All equipment will be provided. The 38th Annual Threshing Bee in Granite, Iowa includes demonstrations throughout the day, a kids' tractor drive starting at 10 o'clock, a vintage parade at 1 o'clock, a kids' pedal pull at 2:30, and a vintage tractor pull at 6:30. The Threshing Bee runs through Sunday. The New Respects are the headline act for Levitt at the Falls in downtown Sioux Falls. The Levitt Lawn opens at 6:30. The free music starts at 7. Sundays is the opening act. Scott?
And in weather this morning, we'll continue to follow our chances for showers, thunder showers, as we do go through the afternoon. In eastern and southeastern Ketherland, a lot of these will move to the southeast as we go through the evening hours, and we'll have clearing skies for the overnight. And temperatures today will hit the 80s and 90s as we do get into tomorrow with our sunshine. Temperatures will return to the 90s. And dew point temperatures will remain high through the weekend and into early next week, so expect that humidity to stick around until we hit Tuesday. Tuesday, we'll see a decrease in the humidity thanks in part to strong northwest winds. In the meantime, we'll have light winds for today, but stronger winds on Monday, and that will help the temperatures warm to the upper 90s and the lower 100s. But as we do take a look at Tuesday, notice how those winds do change direction to the northwest to help bring in the drier air. Forecast for today showing temperatures in the 80s and 90s. As we get into tonight, temperatures will fall to the 60s. And for tomorrow, expect highs in the 90s. You can always check the details of the 7-day forecast while you're here online. Have a great weekend.